I'm a believer of structures. Okay, so a few tips that I'm going to give. Number one is always have a structure to how you organize things. When I say structure, it doesn't mean it is rigid. For example, if you want to get from A to B in business or in personal whatever, be open-minded still to change the pathway how you get there. But don't miss on the goal of where you're going to go and within what time. So if you plan to get here by the end of this time, you have to stay focused on it. Having a structure makes things more efficient. So for example, when you have an employee, right? If you're going to monitor people by time, it is very draining. So you monitor people by performance. So whether they work or don't work, whether they report to work or not, at the end of the day, it's effective because their exact results measures the investment of them in the first place. So these are examples of structure. So once you have a structure in place from the beginning for any business project or ventures or people management, then your job gets easier. You don't need 8 hours anymore. You need much lesser than that. So structure is obviously one. Number two is networking. Networking is a skill I encourage people to interact with people because at the end of the day, if you want any transaction to have place, it's always a decision between two people collectively wants to work together. People assume that if you want to get sales for your business, example, you have to go around and knock doors and do cold pitches. But that is time consuming. So look for shortcuts that make sense. You interact with people, build a friendship one day, find the synergy to work together. So things happen faster in terms of generating revenue. Because of that, I don't need to be in office 60 hours a week. I just need to make one phone call and I close a contract. So it's easier for me. In terms of children, I get them involved to as many things as what I do because they're flexible with time. If I decided to do social work today for my company, I take them along. I need to travel for work, I take them along. So actually, I don't need to go extra length to make sure I create an environment for them. The environment for them is the exact environment I'm living in right now. So I just don't cut them off, I include them in. So it makes it easier for me. And lastly, outsource. What most women don't understand, especially doing business, they have to do everything. They're superwoman, right? I have to do the dishes and I have to look after the children. Why put unnecessary responsibilities for you? If you focus in business and you make a lot of money, just pay helpers. Just get somebody to come, clean your house, do the dishes. I don't do dishes. I don't fold clothes. I don't do this stuff because I outsource. Same thing with design. If I cannot design my own work, I'm not going to spend 3 months studying design. I'm just going to outsource it. So I focus on business growth and development so I have enough money to reinvest in expertise. So once you work this out, what you don't need, you outsource. You're never tired. So which means the best hours of the days goes into only productive things, doing the things you love or generate you some sort of satisfaction or money. That's all that's important. So.
Nice. 4 big pointers there.
Yeah, 4 big pointers.